like Prince Edward, the Earl of Wessex, does have some advice for the one-time royals known as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, or if you want to give them their celebrity names, Harry and Meghan. But what is it? Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. Yes, you are looking at a wonderful, very posh Rolls-Royce ice cream van. Oh yes, it's in the heart of Kensington Gardens in there. It was actually restored in 1962 by a wonderful team up in Crewe. That's in the sort of middle northern end of England, if you're not quite sure where Crewe is. Famous, of course, for the train station where all those wonderful variety and vaudeville acts, as you may know them around the world, change stations every Sunday as they crisscrossed, giving entertainment, some might say, in those variety theatres up and down the country. Also, just take a look at some of the prices for this particular Royal Parks Rolls-Royce ice cream van. It really is a wonderful treat, and if you can afford, and we all have a whip round and we get a donation going, we could all maybe share a cornetto together, or maybe just a flake. As ever though, back to your breaking roll story of the day. This particular story really comes from someone who knows a lot about how the media can turn against you. It's none other than the Earl of Wessex, fondly known over here, of course, as Prince Edward. Prince Edward and his wife Sophie have done so much to structure the British monarchy, quietly going about their business with all of their charities, doing very good deeds without really seeking the limelight. Something else the former duo could learn from. But what's interesting is Prince Edward recently spoke with people about how difficult it was himself growing up in the media world, and here's the reason why. We'll recall, of course, in the sort of 80s, he decided to put together a TV show. It's a royal knockout. It featured Fergie, the Duchess of York, and even Princess Anne, who cracked one of her rare smiles on screen. But on a serious note, she went along with it because she wanted to support her younger brother. But the backlash against it, now just to give you a bit of background, It's a Knockout was a very popular sort of part reality show in the 70s and 80s, screened on the BBC. It was nonsense really, people falling off logs into water, that sort of stuff. So for charity, Prince Edward at the time felt that this would make a very good TV show. Didn't work out and he had to retreat, and a lot of people said that he was sulking after the show because it didn't really get the recognition that he felt he deserved. It wasn't that, I think he was ahead of his time really. Reality TV hadn't kicked in, and Edward and crew were well far off the mark. You know, they were simply doing something what was about 15 years too early. But Edward recently let slip this bon mot. He said you've got to be very careful how you put yourself in the public, particularly with television and any form of social digital media, because it truly can make a mega backlash which can take years to recover from. Now, he wasn't naming any names, but as we now know, the former royals known as Harry and Meghan, who are busy with their Netflix and alleged Spotify deals, along with an Invictus Games documentary. We've not seen anything yet. So consequently, once the critics do come out, whether they like it or not, and seemingly given the ongoing bad press that Harry and Meghan, well, single-handedly managed to get themselves, then, of course, you can understand exactly where the Earl of Wessex is coming from. His advice to the ex-royal couple was simply, don't do it, keep your head down and focus on work that you know can do good in the community. Don't seek celebrity, let it find you if it's needed. Very wise words indeed by someone who truly has been there. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.